Howdy, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Forums with your host, Dangerous Freedom, and my lovely co host, Patriot 3%er.
Hey.
I was supposed to have a couple of guests on here, but I guess they decided they had other things to do. So
Hey.
I was supposed to have a couple of guests on here, but I guess that's me slipping.
You done screwed it all up, and we might as well just cancel the show now.
I know.
Screwed up the beginning.
Well, we got Margo in the chat. Rage in the Cage. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up?
Good to see you. Hondo, C, Miss Margo, TJ.
Hey, Snodgrass.
Pete Rock. Pete Rock.
Pete Rock in the house.
Josh. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this just because if there's somebody out there that wants to hop in here that's got something to say, we'll go ahead and entertain it. Because honestly, dude, I really don't know what's going on. I mean, why do we have more than 20,000 troops in Washington, D.C. for an inauguration that's not even supposed to take place?
I don't know, man.
Hey there. How's it going, brothers?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Gentlemen, how are y'all?
Yeah, Raymond. Yeah, optics. That's what I think, too. I think they're just trying to use the show of force to be like, hey, look, this is going to happen, and you can't do anything about it.
You think from the Biden side, you mean? You think the Bidens are doing that?
Well, I know Trump is the one that called him in there, but, I mean, why? I mean, just why?
Well, if they're going to finally make all the arrests and take everything down, they got to have backup to do it.
Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, that would be that's like that's our hopium right there. It's like hopefully that's why they're there. I honestly don't know.
A friend of mine pointed out to me earlier today, the bolts are on the inside of the fences. So they're holding people in, they're not holding people out. Like the fences around the Capitol building and all the stuff in Washington are 10 feet high with concertina wire. I mean, we haven't even seen this for like anything.
Gitmo. Yeah, it's more troops than we have in Afghan and Iraq together. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
If they're going to, okay, so who are I mean, I didn't think any of them are even going to be there. Where's the inauguration happening?
What's that?
Where is the inauguration happening? Because it ain't happening at the Capitol.
No, nobody seems to know. Right? He can't get into White House until he takes leave, so he can't have it there. I guess at the Supreme Court, maybe? The Supreme Court is not surrounded by fence.
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, who are they expecting to come up in there, man? Because pretty much, I mean, I know there's a lot of Trump supporters or patriots or whatever. I guess it's supposed to still be going there, but I mean, you can't even get near the place now, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. And again, too, I mean, Trump supporters, the patriots, even the militias and the Oath Keepers aren't going to go up against the military on force like that. They're not going to do it. I mean, no, it's being portrayed in the media because they want to stop all of us who they're scared of. But I don't know. Pete, what do you think, man?
I think that's ridiculous.
I tend to agree.
I mean, I don't know. They might waiting for Santa Claus or whatever. I mean, all this doesn't make sense. Like when the rally started, there was not a damn soul there, and then now that nobody is there, now they have half of the country sitting there and waiting for what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, dude, I'll tell you, man, I mean, I'm sitting there looking at all this stuff. I mean, people are constantly sending stuff. I'm getting over 200 messages a day on my phone of people sending me stuff. Some people are like 4 days behind, and I'm like, hell, I seen this 4 days ago. You're just, they're like, this just happened. This is just now released, and I'm like, hell, I seen that 4 days ago. And it's like, man, I mean, my phone has been blowing up, dude. I damn near had to keep my phone plugged in because it's going off so much.
Yeah. I had to do that today. Yeah.
It's just like, what do you, I mean, man, it's just so much information, disinformation.
Yeah, that's what Wayne. Yeah, that's how we have to be right now. We have to be ready for anything that may come.
Ungrateful. I'll just tell you, bro. I'm dying on this hill I live on, man. I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I mean, but don't get me wrong. If like crazy battles break out everywhere, and I've got to go 2 towns down to keep them from coming this way, I mean, yeah, I'll do something like that. But I'm not. I mean, I put too much time and investment in everything I have here. I'm not going nowhere, man. I'm dying here, man. I mean, if that's what it takes, I don't know. To me, man, bugging out or running. I mean, I understand the you got to pick and choose your battles. I get all that stuff, man. I've thought all this out, and dude, I'm making my stand. You know what I'm saying? That, a lot of people have said, Fourth Dimension Kaz, he said it a lot of times, where is your line in the sand? What is, and I agree, where is your line in the sand? And I mean, this is one of my lines in the sand. I'm not leaving my place. I'm just not doing it, man. I don't care how many of them come, man. It's on. All I can tell you, it's on like a pot of neck bone, man.
Well, and I think that's the right thing. I mean, honestly, protect your home. I think as far as bugging out goes, really, it comes down to folks that live in the cities where, I mean, you don't have a plot. You can't really survive long term. I mean, and things could get hot. I mean, folks that live in a condo or an apartment, and the apartment, somebody else's apartment catches fire, or a building hits the building, or a car hits the building, whatever it may be, you got to get out, right? And I think for people that are stuck in cities, especially the ones where things are going to get real bad quick, that's when they really got to think about bugging out. But preppers, for the most part, that are like yourself and me and others, that protect your home, right? And then be ready to invite friends or whoever. Like I right now, there's if something goes down, there's pickup trucks and RVs heading my way, right?
Yeah,
so they got to get out, because they got nothing. If they don't get the hell out, they're screwed. So,
well, I mean, I don't know, man. Somebody's got to. I'm just saying that when you try to think about taking your family out into the woods and trying to provide for everybody, I mean, I've got a mag, so we're all going to kind of help each other out. But I don't know, man. I just keep seeing all these people talking about, I'm bugging out. I'm like, where are you going to go, man?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go?
Yeah, freaking. I think Ungrateful was talking about that. I know many of us have been. It's like, well, you're going to go out into the woods and just hunt deer, and That's how you realize that the deer is going to be almost extinct within a matter of months.
Shit, they back in the Great Depression or whatever. That hell, I think they hunted it out like in a month, man. I mean, shit was damn
Mhm.
near extinct. I mean, that's and everybody that runs out into the woods got to understand there's 350 million people in this country, and everybody else, you get hundreds of thousands of people running to the woods, man. You're surrounded. You're just as well to stay, you know, where you were at. You know what I'm saying? At least where you know everything.
Well,
Because
yeah. I mean, there's people that have a bug out place to go. That's different if you have a bug out place. A bunch of people got together, like like I said, I kind of am for other people. I mean, I'm the spot that they're going to head to.
Well, in
But
that case, you're gonna have a civil war in the forest. They're gonna
yeah,
kill each other for one deer.
Yeah.
right. Yep.
yeah, I don't think that's a good point, Pete. I don't think you would be safe, man, shooting a deer. Somebody hears it, somebody's close.
Mhm.
You go over there to get the deer, man. They're gonna shoot your ass to get the deer from you, and then somebody's liable to
Yeah,
shoot them. It's-
yeah. Unless you choose a inhabitable place where there is no water and there is no human being would, I would say, think of going there. Like going to the desert on the mountain somewhere, like something like that. But what are you gonna eat and what are you gonna drink? That's the main issue right there.
Well, when you think about all that, man, it's like again, it was a good point of what you made.
Mhm.
If everybody bugs out, because that's what a lot of people are talking about doing, well, hell, they're gonna, the horde or whatever it is that's coming for you. I don't know who they're expecting, but do you not think they're going to venture off into the woods finally, and then you're going to be fighting them there too? I mean, you're
Yeah,
going to face people sooner or later, regardless.
yeah. Another thing is, Patriot, when you say bugging out, now, um, if you do look on the map, most of the land is owned by the government. So that when you say I'm bugging out, that means you own land, you bought yourself land or whatever. But now, say for instance, you don't own land and you still bug out. You go somewhere, you think you're gonna be safe. How long you think you're gonna survive it over there till the police come and arrest you? I mean, in California, since I'm from California, like the national park, that's where most people go to, and over 150 people were arrested with their RVs and cars and whatever. I mean, if you're really planning something, you better be smart about it. Don't make stupid moves.
Well, yeah, because I saw during that cerveza bug thing when it first started. There was a family that bugged out, and they bugged out into the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was out in the middle of nowhere, and they found them, man, and sent police out there and got them and made them go back home. So
Mm.
I mean, I mean, there's just not a place to hide, man.
Mhm.
And you can't do it alone. So you're going to have at least a decent number of people to be able to sustain. I mean, because you got to sleep. You got to work. You got to eat. You got to hunt. I mean, you going at it alone, man. You fall and break your leg, you're done. You're dead. I mean, you're done. You know. So
Yeah,
you got to have a group. So now you got a large group of people, man. Do you not ever build no campfires at night?
yeah. I mentioned that before. Like you can't if you really trying to like. I was on a different chat and I was telling people, like if you want to survive, you're not gonna survive on your own. And the smartest thing to do is everybody work together, and they go and get the spot together and work together on that land, like build like almost like a fortress, with traps and everything like that. Like this idea that I see, you already know I'm not from America. I'm from the Middle East, but the way I'm looking at it, like everybody wants to work for themselves, but that's the typical attitude that all Americans have. Like, I want my own shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
in this case, you have to work together. Otherwise, you're not gonna survive. I can promise you that. And nobody will survive, because I hear on a lot of chats, everybody says, "Oh, I bought me land. I'm gonna go there and build me this and build me that." Well, but you are only by yourself with your wife or with your children, maybe. But you need at least 10, 20 people, to work together to build a house, to build fences, build traps, and all this. 2, 3 people need to stay awake, go on patrol, and look around that nobody's coming. You can't do this by yourself, and you definitely cannot send your wife out there and say, "Hey, I'm gonna sleep now. Go look if anybody's coming." I mean, come on.
Yeah, right. Good point. Yeah.
So
Well,
I think there are
I
some
was
women
telling-
there.
I was talking to Prepper Nation. I
Mhm.
don't know, I was telling Prepper Nation, I said, it would be awesome if we could buy like a ghost town, an abandoned ghost town, because
right.
the structure is already built. It doesn't take too much work to fix it together. You know what I mean? And he told me, he was looking into that too, and he said that would be a really awesome idea. The only problem is who is willing to go. I said, I'm here.
I know down here we've got that ghost town Tombstone. I know it's more of a tourist attraction now, but it's out in the middle of nowhere, and probably wouldn't be too bad.
Well, I think that it's to me. I mean, obviously this is all my perspective of it. You're gonna have to have again the group of people, and you're gonna have to work together. And why not go ahead? I mean, you go out into the wilderness, man. Now you got to build structures. You've got to come up with water. You got to come up with this. You got to come up with that. You got when you're doing all the work. Man, I got a house right here already built. Why not get the people around you together in some way? I got chickens. There's some people down the road got chickens. There's some people over here growing.
Invitation?
Huh?
I said, is that an invitation?
Sure, man. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm getting at is that, people that are not prepared, I'm just sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You get no sympathy from me. You know what I mean? You better come. If you come, you better have some hellacious skills that you can provide. Otherwise, I look at it as someone's just a hungry mouth. And
Right.
I'm sitting there thinking, man, I took all this time to prepare and to do all this. And then I'm gonna have some people try to come and be like, "Hey, we ain't really got no food or nothing, and we really don't have anything. But, can we join in with y'all?" Well, sorry about your luck, bro. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying you gotta have. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to know that you've got a certain set of skills that are going to be valuable. You
need me.
Well, I mean, you are a clothing designer now. Can you sew?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I'm a welder too. I know how to weld too. No, I was talking to Dangerous the other day. I was telling him when I actually started prepping. I actually just started. I cannot say I'm a prepper. I started 3 months ago to start buying stuff. I bought me seeds. I bought me a sleeping bag. I bought me tents, knife, ARs, bullets, this and that. I cannot say I'm a prepper. I mean, other people probably prepping for years. They have already, they had the time to buy land, to build a house on it, have fences around it, and you know what I mean. That's a completely different story. But some people don't even have what I have. There are a lot of people they don't have what I got. I mean, I don't have much, but I just have the basic to survive and to defend myself. But I've been talking to other people, and they're just saying, "Oh, nothing is gonna happen, and the government is gonna provide and all that." I'm like, okay, good night. End of the conversation. No need to keep talking to you. So,
yeah,
Right.
that's exactly it. That's what the government wants. They want everybody to come to them and beg for help and beg for food.
yeah, like there's one lady I know. She been prepping. Like she got a lot of food, and she got a lot of weapons, and she has a house and property and whatever. And she has a friend, and her friend said, "Oh, I'm not worried about it. If the shit goes down, I just go to my friend." Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So you just want to go and live on other people,
Yep.
and you don't want to provide with nothing,
They're-
and
they're
that's
gonna-
not right. And I disagree with that.
Yep.
I said, yeah, you come to me, I can tell you what you're gonna get from me. You will see what you get from me. Yeah, nada.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've got one friend. He's like, yeah, everybody says that about me. They're going to come to my house. Guess what? They're going to come to my house, and I'm not going to be there. Anything else?
But
He's
here's
gonna be-
another thing. Here's another thing I want to actually share with you guys. I don't know if you guys heard about Agenda 30.
Yeah,
Mhm.
2030. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been looking into that. I really don't believe. I really don't believe, and I really mean that. I don't believe any party you voting for is gonna help you, because they all got the same plan.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So one says, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for blue." One says, "I'm gonna vote for red." Both of them are the same piece of shit. So, and that was my message from day one. I said, we don't need government. What you need government for? Are you dead, disabled, that you cannot decide for your own life what you're gonna do? So you have to pay somebody to make decisions for you?
Well, it still it all goes back to the same thing of, dude, we got to. I just really believe that you need to find out who the people are in your community that you can rely on, and the people, because look, them people like what you were talking about a while ago, that was talking about, well, I'll just run over there and live off my friend. See, they're going to get a rude awakening when they feel that deep burning sensation right in the middle of their center mass right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna go, you know what I mean?
I mean, we have in my culture, we welcome everybody in our home. My house is your house. But after a while, it's gonna get heavy on your pocket. That you need to go. I mean, how long can that person stay with you?
Right.
I mean, it's like with me. I've got prep stored up, but I've got my prep stored up for me and my family. I don't have prep stored up for half the neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
do
have
some of that. I have extra things. I had a couple extra weapons. I had extra food. I mean, some supplies. I do have, like for instance, some winter gear. We're in Canada, so I've got extra. I don't have boots, but gloves, some wool cap toques, extra towels for the bathroom, some scarves, at least something.
Right.
A few extra blankets. kind of thing, you know. But I mean, as far as tons of extra food and everything else, you're going to have to contribute, right?
But I believe if we don't come to a solution, as a team or as a group, then every individual of us not going to have a chance to survive this. I don't think so.
Right.
You know.
Well, yeah, that's dude. Look, we can always hope for the best because we know what we want the best. You know what I'm saying? That coming up, all this information going out. I mean, I've seen some stuff about Mike Lindell passing a note or something, and Trump giving it back. I mean, man, there is so much stuff out there, dude. It's just, you know, the thing there are a lot of things that are very curious. You know, why would they need that many troops? Why would they go and, you know, do the things? Why? You know, I mean, there's so much stuff to it, man. It's just like, my gosh.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling, you know. And I think they're doing it on purpose to keep us confused, because if the population is confused and they don't know exactly what's going on, then they won't know how to counter it, how to fight against it, you know.
I mean,
yeah, you know, in martial art, there is a saying: "Unknown attack is hard to defend." You know,
Yep.
if you don't know where the attack comes from, you don't know how to defend yourself.
that's a good point.
Yeah, and then, you know, I mean, we can sit here and talk all day long, but if we don't have a plan, you know, it's like you are an engineer, you draw a blueprint for building a house, but you never build a house. What's the point of drawing the blueprint?
I think that the smart thing to do, again, I mean, you know, it's just me, but, you know, it's getting with your community and, you know, working with people and try to find out those who are clueless, who don't care. You know, they're them people. Everybody has them around them, you know, that are like, ain't nothing going to happen. I don't care, you know, whatever, yada, yada. Okay, cool. I got your number. I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of them out there that are, you know, I'm gonna be honest. It is really, really hard for me to believe, to fathom the fact that we could get that bad. You know what I'm saying? That we could get. I understand there could be some bad situations happen here and there, but man, it's really hard to grasp just how bad, you know, that we could get as bad as everybody, you know, as a lot of people are saying, you know, oh my God, it's going to be the end of the world, zombie apocalypse, you know. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's hard to grasp that because I've never experienced anything. I've never even experienced anything close to that. You know, Pete, I understand, you know, where you come from, you probably experienced some of that. And
well, I, you know, since I'm a child of war, I have seen this. I have always a negative attitude. I always think negative because people always say, "Oh, stay positive," right? So when it doesn't turn positive, you're gonna be disappointed because it didn't turn positive. So I always think negative. I always think with the worst. No matter where I am, you know. I lived 15 years in the United States of America, and I've been always thinking that way, and that's how I always moved forward. And it turned positive for me, you know. That's how I've been surviving so far. But I'm telling you, if you don't go as a team, you always need a team. Like the U.S. Army or the military of the government for each country. They're not working as a single person. They work as a team,
Mm.
and so do we. We have no other option, and
Right.
we don't get together. It might be too late, you know.
Oh, Reliable says, I keep thinking the movie Red Dawn coming up. And it was funny because when I was talking about that a little bit ago, and talking about the bug out situation, and that scene where they're all sitting around that little campfire, that little small campfire, and they're
Yep.
all up there, you know, and they're all huddled up and they're cold, and you know, and that scene came to mind when I was thinking a while ago about, you know, man, putting my family in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've already got a house here. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's one of them deals, man. I feel like if it got that bad, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of bad shit that can happen in the woods that could happen here. You know, and it's a lot of bad shit that can happen here that can happen in the woods. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
Pete,
yeah. Go ahead.
okay, so with what you were seeing, just throughout the news, throughout the just everything you're seeing with our government right now in the United States, and with the things going on, do you seriously see similarities in where you came from? Is there what are some things that you might see that
I believe, you know, that the system of the United States is turning to the system like Russia and Iran and China, because in Iran, where my parents escaped from, my dad was an artist. He was drawing portraits against the regime of the world. Okay, and that was in the 50s and the 60s. So this is turning exactly to the same way. Like what they in Iran didn't do is they let another idiot come in that country and destroy the entire culture and the entire country. Iran is a beautiful country. When you look online, you can see a lot of pictures of it. But the government made that country so ugly that we look bad to the outside of the world, you know. So, and this country is going to turn exactly the same way if we don't stop it. And that's how I'm looking at it. Now, I've been talking to some of my friends because I have friends all over the world, you know, and they say, oh, they don't see all this coming, you know. And I tell them, you know, yeah, it starts with the US and then it's going to spread like a virus from country to country. You're all going to have civil wars because they're going to come out one country after another. It's unfortunately it starts with the United States. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it. And I mean, I haven't traveled 15,000 miles to live in the same rat hole that my parents escaped from. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So all that would be for nothing then. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna have to scoot out of here, guys. Thanks for letting me in.
okay, Reg?
Yeah. No problem.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Well, anyway, he texted me earlier, and
You know, Patriot, you know,
Yes,
Prepper Nurse, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seen his video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If 10 troops get close to his house, you tell me how he's going to defend himself. He got no fences. He got no traps. He got nothing. And he's just one guy with some children.
Well, that's
You see what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, really and truly, I mean, it's not even necessarily if it's troops or not. I mean, unless you're just talking about, you know, 10 of us with a little bit of skill.
Yeah,
you know,
it doesn't matter troops or individuals. You know, what I'm saying is like every citizen here in the U.S. that I have seen on YouTube, they all go purchase themselves land, they put a lot of effort and build a house and have a bunch of animals and whatever that they can provide with food. But one thing they don't provide with is with defense. I mean, just owning a firearm, that's not enough defense in my case.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you have 10, 15 people from different directions coming, you know, you ain't Rambo, you know, that you can kill after one. One of them gonna catch you, you know.
True.
So
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I'm saying. It's you know,
yeah,
it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, you know. And I think that the best thing that, you know, that everybody can take out of this, honestly, I mean, just me talking, you know, is
that's
that
the reason.
you just be ready thing. And
Yeah, that's the reason why I said, you know, we have to work together as a team, you know, and not talking about working as a team. You live in Alaska, I live in New York, you know, we have to be at the same spot.
yeah, that's
Ramby.
I'm posting the StreamYard link if somebody else wants to pop in here and give us your point of view of things. You know, come in. Just understand, if somebody comes on here and starts saying things we shouldn't say, Dangerous is gonna cut you off. He's gonna pick you out like a bad tick, boy. Just
Mm-hmm.
get you out of there.
Yeah, Janet. Yeah, that's one thing. Can go back up. You see where Janet posted in there, Patriot? Let them take what weapons you want to give up. Bury the rest of the ones you want to keep somewhere else. That way they don't get them all and you don't go to jail. Say rest was stolen. Well, you know, there's a lot of people that feel that way. The only problem is if you're to the point where you're burying them, when are you ever going to stand up and use them? You know, if it's to the point where you got to hide your guns, then it's long past due to use them. Just my thoughts, and I know that Patriot agrees with me 100% on that one.
I can still hear y'all. I got to put another log on the fire.
Effie. Hey, Don. Yeah, I saw that too. All reliable. Yeah, Gil Bates apparently has bought up 242,000 acres of U.S. farmland.
Well, he owns the most land in this country, and he keep buying everything. He keep buying everything, and that's another thing that landowner don't realize. They're gonna come after your land too, sooner or later. Because first it's the business that you cannot make money. Second is you get evicted, that you are on the street, so you are now you are dependent on the government. That's what they want. They want you to be dependent on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well,
and by 2030, everybody gonna be living in apartments, and you do what they say. You don't own anything. You have by 2030 you're not gonna own even a damn car.
well, so one of the things I wanted to bring up also is that, you know, Lori Lightfoot and even old Cuomo up there are now saying, all of a sudden, we got to open businesses back up.
Mm-hmm.
We got to
Restaurant.
we got to open everything back up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the American people. Let me just tell you like this, man. I don't give a crap what side of the aisle you're on. That ought to infuriate you. It ought to wake you up to a reality of you've been duped, people. You've been duped. You know, I don't care where you're at, man. People lost businesses. They've lost everything they own.
Yep.
This man down here lost everything they own over this shit just because they didn't like someone. That's all it was. See it? It was all about getting Trump out of office. That's it. I understand. It's real. I get it. People get sick. People die. Happens every year. Been happening every year since the dawn of time. I've been saying this, man. You know, they made you stop living just to keep breathing air. Because if you're locked down in your house and you're scared to death to go outside, I've seen people that are, dude. I see today. I stopped by a store and I stepped over to get something, and this dude was sitting there, and he has this big mask on, and he's got freaking goggles on, man. And he steps back real fast, and he just looks at me, you know. And I just looked at him, man, and I just shook my head. And I mean, it's just we've been duped. Well, y'all been duped. I don't know whoever, because I ain't bought into this shit yet. But I'm just saying, man, they're trying to open stuff back up now that Mr. Trump's out of there, so they think. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit going on that.
Yeah.
No, there's a legal aspect to me, and this is just my opinion again. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's something I'm sitting here believing in 100%. I'm just saying this is just a perspective of mine that, hey guys, look, when there's an investigation, you have to let people commit all the way through the crime in order to bust them completely. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like this. They done a sting operation on trying to catch car thieves, and they had this car sitting there with and the keys were in it. I think it was running, and they had this guy come up, and he opened the door, you know, and he's looking, and he sits down in the car, and all these police are watching, man. They're fixing to bust this guy, you know, they're fixing to roll in on him. They're watching him. Dude gets on the phone, and he gets back out of the car, and he's looking around, and he calls the police, and he's like, hey, there's this car sitting here running, and it's kind of out here. There's nobody around. I don't know if somebody's hurt, you know, if I don't know what's going on, you know, you may need to send an officer. Well, see, if they would have just rushed in there and grabbed this guy, you know what I mean? They can't do it until the guy actually drove off in the car. He had to commit the crime. You know what I mean? So this thing with Biden, I still say that they're going to, you know, there's a chance that they're going to wait until he is inaugurated. Then they're going to come in. I mean, I don't know what does people think about this, because, you know, once he's inaugurated, they can come in then and say, okay, y'all have committed the ultimate act of fraud against the American people and our election system. And someone told me when I said this before, someone said, well, once he's inaugurated, it's over. And I said, not if it was a false election. Not if it was done fraudulently. Him being inaugurated does not make it true. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What's everybody's thought on that? I don't know. I'm just throwing some stuff out there.
I mean, I believe all this is a big scam on all American people because I lost my house, I lost my business, I lost my employees, right? And you providing a ridiculous $1,200 and then a ridiculous $600. I mean, are you kidding? And then on top of that, you want to give me a loan to open my business that you shut down?
Right.
So you making the money, and I'm the idiot who lose everything that I worked my ass off for, and I cannot accept that.
So
I'm not the government's donkey who worked for free. You know, I bust my ass off to get where I am. You know, just like everybody else is. You know, that's not right. Now they're making money out of their own people.
Invader Zim out there in the chat. No, it's not that we're not allowed to open up a regular shop. It's just you got to jump through so much paperwork and hoops, and you got to pay so much in regulations and fees. And I mean, you know, they just they gotta have their hands in everything. So is it really your shop? Well, technically, I guess you could name it your shop, but you still have to pay taxes on it. You still have to pay the fees on it. I mean, honestly, is there anything that we truly own for ourselves anymore? Except maybe personal things like
well, Sean,
like our firearms and stuff like that.
Sean Penn says nothing will happen on the 20th, business as usual. And see, I can understand why you feel that way because it's like there's a big torn part of me that looks one way and saying, the hopeful part of me, is like, man, I mean, they, and I'm trying to bring this in my mind, and think about this in legal ways, in certain ways that, look, they could wait until they inaugurate him and then they got him. I mean, 100%, you know what I'm saying? It's like they've got him, but then I can understand why he would think that way, because everything we've seen over the years is business as usual. They just, I seen a deal today with Tulsi Gabbard actually, and she said that when she first got elected and she first went in there, the Democrats went one way and the Republicans went one way, and she was told, and this is told on both sides of the aisle, she was told that you just go with your party. It doesn't matter if a Republican brings this up, you go against it. And she said she talked to one of her Republican colleagues and they were told the same thing. And so she said, well, what if it's a really good bill? And she said, well, we'll wait and look into it later, and we'll get a Democrat to bring the bill forward. She said, and then we'll vote on it. And she was like, so what you're telling me is it's all about the party. It doesn't matter about the American people. And they said, exactly. I mean, I saw her talking about it today. Bebo,
what's up, man? That's the whole point. Don't matter who's in office. If you're not looking at who's taking your freedom, it don't matter who president is. It's irrelevant. Okay? It's insurance and it's taxes. When people were truly free in this country, let's look back to the revolutionary days. You have very minimal taxes, and you definitely very few insurance companies.
I don't think we had either of.
Right. Okay. Insurance companies regulate. They're the most powerful force on this planet, even more than big tech. Okay. The reason big tech censors you is because their insurance companies telling them to, because they got insurance on liability on what you're saying on their platform. Right. That's that whole 230 thing. That's what the debate is about. And that bill on the 230. Even in this country, as we've decriminalized or legalized marijuana, you still can't get higher end jobs in this country because insurance companies want you to be drug tested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the truth. Insurance is the number one reason behind inflation in this country. Also, it's not the printing of money, it's insurance. How often do you have your insurance policy go up every year?
Yeah.
Well, how often does your health insurance go down? How often does your job come to you and say, you know what, your copay is going down this year, we're saving money?
Yeah, you'll never hear that. No.
Right. So if your insurance is continually increasing, how can you're going to have inflation? It's natural. When I first bought my house in Detroit, my insurance for my house was like $800. Now in Detroit, that same insurance is like $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But insurance, okay, what is communism, right? Communism is where people pool their money together or they take your money and then they decide who to redistribute it to, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what insurance is.
Yeah.
That's exactly, insurance is the first form of communism. And until people wake up and realize that, they're basically implementing communism through insurance. And people aren't even realizing. Let me ask you.
I never thought about it like that. No.
I never thought about it like that either.
In a true communist country, do they have insurance?
Not that I know of.
No, because it would be redundant because the government covers all your risk. So what they're doing is they're implementing. When I first got out of high school, I worked for a car dealership, a body shop, right? It was a car dealership and a body shop. You know what they did to people that came in with claims on insurance to someone that was paying cash? They charged them more. If you had insurance, they charged you more. If you came in and you were paying cash, you got it cheaper.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, okay, yeah. I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Now, why do they do that? Because they know the insurance company has money. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's essentially, okay, let's talk about national debt. People's always talking about our national debt. And when we talk about national debt, the average layman citizen in this country always brings up China. Would you agree? We owe China money.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, out of countries, China isn't the one we owe the most to, even. You guys know that?
Hey, real quick, Bebo. The Simple Prepper says, Bebo, you are wrong. Simple Prepper, can you elaborate on what part he is wrong about? Everything or something specific? The insurance thing? They have car insurance in China. It's a must-have.
China and Russia is no longer communist. China and Russia is fascist. The same as America's quasi-fascist.
And with Biden, we're going to be totally fascist.
Okay. Let me ask you something. In true communism, they don't have a patent system. Okay. If you're a true communist, you wouldn't patent a product to make money off of it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. What does a patent do? Let's say I invent a drug, right? And I got the right to patent it, right? That means no one else can produce that drug for that period of years, and I get to sell it for whatever price I want. Because well, that's what they're going to come for next. If you noticed, the leftists, one of their ideas to take away our guns away a couple years ago, they were proposing insurance plans for gun owners. Do you guys remember that?
Right.
That you would be required to own insurance to have a gun.
Right.
See, yeah, they proposed that a while back. Liberals, they wanted to force every gun owner to have a separate insurance plan for being a gun owner.
Yeah, I think New York tried to pass that first. Yeah.
Yeah. See, they're literally using insurance to get their way. Now, but let's get back to the national debt. Okay, you know, China, we only owe $1 trillion to China out of our 28 trillion. We're almost 28 trillion in debt.
I know that's insane, man.
Well, who are we in debt to?
No. All right, hold
The
on.
Federal Reserve.
I've got to address something out here in the chat. Johnny boy, I have USCCA as well, and now they didn't mandate that. You know, that's more of a CYA. It's cover your ass insurance.
Yeah, if you end up,
because that we basically, when you buy that insurance, we have an attorney on register on what do they call that, you know.
yeah, but that's different than mandating everyone to have it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You notice with the healthcare, with Obamacare, they also passed. They're trying to force insurance onto us. It's not an option. Okay. If you notice on your car insurance, it says you must have insurance or the equivalent of. Okay. Do you think a billionaire has car insurance? Why would a billionaire need car insurance? He can cover any liability himself.
True.
You know, but the national debt, you know, 78% of the national debt is owed to us. We owe ourselves.
Okay, I got to get on to somebody real quick in the chat. Sean Penn, I love you, brother, but if you lost your stuff in a boating accident, you're in the wrong
State of mind.
Yeah, you're in the wrong state of mind. You're in the wrong profession. You're in the wrong belief. I didn't lose shit. I went to the gun show today and tried to buy some more. And
oh man, yeah. Why don't you tell the folks in the
ridiculous.
chat a little bit about that?
Ammo was about $1.50 a round for 9mm. It was $1.50 or more a round for a 223. I did not see one AR there that was less than $900. I'm talking simple, basic, plain Jane, M4 looking, you know, just plain, look like it come out of the Army, you know, plain Jane stuff. A post, you know, front. Freaking $900, dude. I was seeing ARs up there for $1,200-$1,300, man. Dude, there was a line, dude. I showed up 4 hours after they opened, and there was still a line. It took me 15 minutes before I was able to get in. The line did move very well. I will admit that, but it took me 15 minutes before I could get in the door. And I was talking to this guy that was standing there, and he had an AK strapped over his shoulder there. He sold 3 AKs, 3 regular AKs, $1,300 a piece in the parking lot before he ever got in the door. Dude, I mean, it's just insane, man. And when I went in there, there wasn't hardly, dude, there was damn near as many booths for, I don't know, all them arts and craft shit, you know, and caramel corn and shit as there was gun tables, man. And I talked to this one guy that had a gun booth, that had the gun booth there, and you know what he told me? He said, "This is my last gun show, dude." He said, "This has gotten way out of hand. It's way fucking ridiculous." He said, I'm gonna go back to my little shop and I'm gonna mark shit down and I'm gonna sell it and get rid of it, and I'm getting out of the business. He said it's gotten and I looked at him and I said, "Brother, I hate to see that you're giving up, you know, because that's what they want us to do, is give up." But anyway, that was just my little experience today at the gun show.
And that's what they're going to do. They're just going to bankrupt everyone out. It's the same thing they've done with the restaurants. Everyone says, "Oh, reopen your restaurants." Well, the truth is, a lot of this population, even if you reopen, is not going to go out to eat, because most of the people are sheep. And if they just watch their TV, they're going to be scared of that virus, and they're not going to go out to eat. And it's going to cause your restaurant to go out of business anyway, because your profit margin's 8%. And if your business drops by 40%, you're out of business.
Yep.
And besides that, when you go to a restaurant, you paying the big buck because you want to eat in the restaurant and not outside. You're just going to pick it up and go eat it at home.
Right. Well, that's how many of these restaurants are going to be able to hang on. Just they already say 100,000 have went out of business.
Mm-hmm. And if Biden gets in there, what he's asking for, 100 days of lockdowns or something like that?
Yeah, dude. I'm talking.
Yeah.
He said 125.
125.
Effie.
Oh, it's 125.
P3,
Went up.
what's up?
How are you, Effie?
I'm exhausted. How you doing?
I'm actually tired too. I stayed on Pro Life Warriors channel last night till I don't know what was it, Pro Life, about 4:30 or so this morning, and slept for about. Well, I was up at 9 o'clock and had my little energy drink and sit out here in the shop for a minute and kind of looked over some emails and stuff, and 100 and something emails and freaking text messages and then went and took a shower, got ready, and went to the gun show, and then went and done some other preps today. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really not just I'm kind of tired too, but hell, I feel good, man. I don't know. We got, look at all these people we got in the chat. 50, 51, 52 people. Dude, come on. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
I wanted to give you all a few minutes of my time because I who knows when I'm going to be pulled in again because I'm still right in the middle of you know what. So, stuff. And when it's a bit quiet, I can check in with you guys. But I wanted to say there was some chatter in the chat. I'm sorry I don't have the chat up now because I have the stream on and I can't see the chat. But there was some chatter about. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to be a little bit of a downer here about President Trump having something up his sleeve and all that for the inauguration or something thereabouts. I don't think that's a good way to look at it, but and nothing to disparage the man or anything like that. But what I want to say about that is I think if it gives you hope, a positive way you could look at it is that I think President Trump knows that he will be able to do a lot as Mr. Trump in the private sector. He knows that he will be able to say things that he can't say now. And he will be able to sue people he can't sue now. He will be able to create companies he can't create now. And initiate strategies that would be illegal for him to do as a government employee, whether or not he takes salary. So therefore, he can't do the conflict of interest thing because that would be a double standard. We're already mad at Beijing Biden for his conflicts of interest, so we can't be letting our president do the same thing. But if indeed he's ready to, he's supposed to be flying into Florida, by the way, on the 20th. So if indeed he's ready to fly into Florida and start back to his private sector life and do the thing, well, that's where he succeeds. So if that gives you comfort as far as that man, and his future, I think he's still going to be a patriotic human. He's still going to do the best that he can do for our country, and he'll have leeway to do things he can't do as president. So if that, let your imagination run wild, because somebody like him with the resources that he has, and now the knowledge that he has, can probably get an awful lot more accomplished as a private person. And we already know, because the private sector, well, the corporate private sector is who's kind of taken over anyway. So we might as well have one of the good guys, maybe, I don't know, starting a publishing company, a media company. So who knows? But but he's going to have more leeway to do things like that, which, you know, he'd have both hands and both feet tied behind his back if he tried to do it as president. So that's a positive thing. And one other thing I want to mention as far as the 20th, I know a lot of people are talking about going to be part of some sort of similar protest that, and there's nothing wrong with that happened in DC, but I think maybe we should take it in a different direction, and maybe it's too late. But one thing that we're losing is, and I know it's the DACs are stacked against us, but we're losing the optics fight. And we're losing the optics fight, of course, because the commies have the press, and we know that, yes. But it's very hard to say people who are on their knees praying before God in the thousands in front of Capitol buildings or storming any capitals. So if we were doing it the Gandhi way, and we were on our knees praying, and we were praying for our country and praying for our fellow man, and praying for even the commies, and we were not storming anything, it would be very hard for them to pin it on us. So I'm just saying, it's very easy to turn the narrative by taking a few simple steps back, getting down on one knee, and putting God first in front of everybody. So that's my opinion on what to do on the 20th. I yield.
Well, understand we are always going to respect each other's opinion on here. Everybody has one. It's kind of like an asshole. Everybody's got one. It's just the way it is. I'm just being truthful about that.
That was
You know, but let's we can disagree, you know, or we can agree. You know, it's all good. But pro life, how are you today?
doing good. I'm still awake.
Still awake from last night or
Yeah,
this morning? Wow.
really. I had a lot of housework, and I'm like, I might as well just stay up.
Well, I didn't get but about, I don't know. Whenever we left there, I went in there and went to bed, and I was up by 9 o'clock. So
I started new medication. I start taking everything the doctor recommended me, and I'm starting to take stuff like herbals and stuff like that. And I found this new medication called Brilla, and it's like an anxiety medication, and it's really has helped me 100%. Like, seriously. Like, I'm not even really like sad all the time like I used to be every day, which is probably a part of grief, but I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
doing awesome.
Well,
So what is what is everybody's take, man? I mean, you know, god dang, we got, dude.
I still say there's hope. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think?
I you know, you know, I really, I'm never going to give up hope. So if that tells you anything, regardless if Biden gets in there or not, like I said, I still believe that there's a side of me that's struggling with the belief of, or I say struggling, there's, you know, at 52 years old, I've seen a lot of bullshit go on with the politicians and them getting away with murder. I mean, they get away with murder, you know, and nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever happens. And then the other side of me, you know, I'm sitting there saying, you know, look, god dang, man, these, you know, you, if it goes all the way to inauguration, now they've got them. You know what I'm saying? They've got them on a full, complete, you have committed the ultimate fraud against the United States, we the people.
Right.
And they could, you know, the military tribunals, you know, it's Sidney Powell is still in there. She is a tribunal JAG lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
She's still in the mix there. You know, there's you got that 3-star general that come out and said, you know, I mean, he flat come out and said martial law is the only way to stop this. you know. So I'm never going to quit hoping. I'm never going to quit. I'm never going to quit. I'm not going to stop. I'm just not. I'm not giving in.
And we can't. I mean, well, what do they say? Where's the true cost of freedom? Eternal vigilance. And I mean, for the longest time, we've lost our vigilance.
I'm gonna be right
But now we're starting to pick it back up.
She drunk. I have hope too. I have hope in Jesus Christ. Listen,
Yes, sir.
us Christians got to realize this. As things get worse, as they get darker for us, it shouldn't destroy your hope. It should strengthen it. The more they persecute us, the more it proves that what is written in the Bible is true. If they come and put me in prison for voicing my ideals or for being a Christian, it's going to strengthen my faith. If they execute me for being a Christian, my faith is going to be strongest right before that blade hits my neck.
Yep.
I mean, now, if you read the Bible, the time before the second coming of Jesus is not good for us. So if you have faith and hope, you got to have your faith and hope in that.
Yeah. I've also got my armor and my rifle, though.
I'm all about defending yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
New York said it's not done till it's done, and I agree with that, because I'm gonna tell you something. If you try to take me out as I'm drawing my last breath, I'm still gonna be reaching for your fucking throat. I can promise you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Well, and that's fine, but the problem is most of our Christian brothers and sisters are pacifists, and that's the truth.
I agree. That's one of the things that's always bothered me. That's why I've said for years and years, I don't like what I see in the church, and I do not like what I see in conservatives. I'm not a conservative, and I'm not a churchgoer. I am a Christian, and I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in the Constitution 100%. The pursuit of happiness, and for everyone, every single one. Because let me tell everybody, just in case nobody knew, and especially the left, they like to throw up science.
Right.
Let me explain something about science. Science has proven that no matter what color you are, when you cut yourself open right here and you peel them ribs back, everybody has the same internal parts and everybody has the same color blood. Okay? It's just a little difference on the outside. That's all it is. See it? And a little bit of difference in mind belief. And by the way, since I said mind belief, I'm going to tell you something I read today. They are already working on a program, and it's in existence, to be able to tell by facial recognition, just facial recognition. They are already got it in works and experimenting with it to tell your political beliefs and your ideological beliefs by your facial recognition. That is some scary shit.
How in the hell are they supposed to do that?
Dude, I don't know, man. How are they doing some of the shit that they're doing, brother? I'm just saying, man, that is some scary shit to think about.
Well, who knows what technology they're going to come up with. My grandmother was born in Lithuania, and she had dirt floors and a horse and carriage, and she died a couple years back. Look what she's seen. She's seen from dirt floors and a horse and buggy to airplanes and internet.
But the whole thing, Bebo, talking about the faith is having faith in God and reading the Bible, and the Bible tells you all this. I mean, it's right there in words. It's written down right there in words. It tells you all this, man.
I agree with you, and that's why I don't condemn my Christian brothers and sisters that are pacifists. But what I have a problem with a lot of my Christian and brothers and sisters is they'll condemn like the people that they'll condemn people that aren't pacifists. They'll condemn the people at the rally, and everyone's saying like, don't go to rallies right now. It's a setup, you know, right?
Mhm.
Well, couldn't they set up every rally?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could, but I believe there's more of a how can I say this? There is more at stake right now than there ever has been.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
agree with
we have come to a place to where we have the ultimate. You know, the two. I don't know if y'all ever remember the Mountain Dew commercial where the two Rams stood up and they went to butt heads. That's where we're at right now. We're coming to that place of butting heads in society to the point that no side wants to give. You know, I mean, you have your ones on each side that's giving a little, but you have the strong ones that are not wanting to give. I'm not wanting to give. I'm not giving a fucking inch. Okay.
Oh, here we go. That's a
There
good
you
one.
go.
That's a good one, Patriot in the Dark.
Yes, that is actually really good. That's a good one.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. But you guys heard about the guy that got caught trying to enter the Capitol today
No, I did not.
with a fake inauguration badge and a gun and 500 rounds of ammo.
No.
I mean, how do we even know this is true? How do we know it's just? And I love every time someone gets caught, they give. You ever notice with like the crazies, they give their middle name too? It's like Patrick Allen Moore.
Excuse me.
But yeah, look that up. A guy just got caught with a gun he made up a fake badge trying to enter the Capitol.
Well, see, to me now, that reeks of a flag that is waving very falsely.
Yeah, I know.
Or that reeks of someone who is literally insane. Because, dude, come on.
I know. You'd have to be insane to try to get in there right now.
Dude. Wow, that's a trip. But to me, I could see someone being that stupid, insane, but at the same time, my first initial thought when you said that was a flag that is flying very false, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how do you even know it's true at all at this point? They could just literally make it up.
Oh, now wait a minute. Now the media wouldn't make anything up.
Yeah, the media never lied to us.
How dare you, Bevo?
Well, that's what I say to the leftists when they're always like, "We would never cheat an election." I'm like,
Exactly. The government would never lie to us. They would
like-
never keep anything from the citizens, right? They work for us.
Right. It's like the left wing. They'll riot, they'll burn, they'll loot, they'll kill, but they won't do election fraud. Yeah, give me a break.
All right.
I'm assuming that Invader Zim is asking me a question. The man in the glasses. I seem to be the only one with glasses on, besides the woman with glasses on. Since we all here understand what gender we are, just saying. Are we not in the same, if not similar, position as them today? Absolutely. I mean, I've said this multiple times that I've said this multiple times that, you know, our forefathers during this time was facing the largest army on the planet, and you can damn well better believe internally they were fucking scared. And if they weren't, there was that if you're not scared, if you don't have a little bit of fear when you enter into something like that against the largest army, yeah, there's something wrong with you. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I'm there's
Fear is there for a reason.
Even George Washington used to pray to God before every battle, you know? So,
um
All right, guys, it was a pleasure, though. I got something going on. Thanks for
okay,
having me.
hey, yeah, thank you, man, for coming.
God bless all of you. Be safe.
yeah, you
Yep.
too, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean that's are we not in the same, if not similar, position as them today? I absolutely. I mean, I don't disagree with that one bit. I've been saying this. I mean, it's I think that Pro Life Warrior actually in the chat earlier said 1776 here. I mean, it's here. I mean, it's the problem is that I don't know, man. Golly, because it's so hard right now to say things, and that's why back then they met in little quiet pubs,
Yep, pubs
no,
and bars and
where they couldn't be heard because
church.
you can't discuss these things here without getting flagged and getting taken down. Dangerous was actually on a chat or a panel the other day, and I was watching it, and right in the middle,
Oh, yeah, over there on Kay's channel. Yep.
disappeared, gone.
Yep.
It's like that.
They can't stand her for some reason. I don't know why, man. I think she's pretty cool, man.
I can tell you why.
Back to speech of freedom.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Pete. That's exactly correct. They're trying to. I mean, dude, they're President Trump spoke on the 6th. Okay. When he spoke, he came in late and he spoke longer than he was supposed to. And he kept all the real Trump supporters at his speech.
But here's the thing: the last week, we've noticed his body language has been different than no other. I mean, he looks like he's just so exhausted. I'm not saying he's giving up people. I'm not saying that at all. But he looks like he's just exhausted. Like,
Wouldn't
I mean,
you be?
imagine just being in his shoes for the past 4 years and what's going down. The last 2 weeks in his presidency is just disgusting. You know.
Right. With an all due respect question, are you not exhausted?
Yeah, I think we all are exhausted.
We all are
right,
exhausted.
But
I can guarantee you, Trump's exhausted.
I cannot even want a job like that. I would never even ask for it. And remember, he didn't ask for this. He was chosen. I truly believe that. He was literally chosen by God himself. And I don't think God's done with him yet. That's why I said he's not going anywhere. Even if he might not be behind that White House, I know he's not going nowhere. And his supporters are not going nowhere.
Patrick.
Am I right? We're not going nowhere, right, guys?
No, yeah, that's why I said I'm not giving up until I take my last breath. I mean, that's it.
I'll wear this hat until the day I'll be buried in one of these hats because one of the greatest presidents of my lifetime, I will say, is Trump. You know?
Yeah.
Patrick,
go ahead, Pete.
This is how this country is going to end up if we let them. This is the portrait of my father that he draw. You have no right to speak. You have no right to look. You have no right to hear. And all you have is your mind, and the anger is going to come out of your brain.
We're headed there.
See, that's pretty cool. Think
about what amendments we're already losing, Patriots. I mean, there's some things that President Trump messed up on, and that's our Second Amendment right.
Yeah.
Especially when he did, what was it, the magazine and
the bump stock ban.
The bump stocks. That's correct. But that didn't mean we hate him and we gave up on him. It's the left who really wants to take our rights away, and we're already seeing our First Amendment rights being violated every single day. And when
Yep.
we lose our first, we lose our second, and it falters, and it goes down to all of them, and it's not a joke. And I'm tired of Nancy Pelosi sitting there saying, "Oh, she cares about the Constitution." No, she does not. She's trying to take away the Constitution, rewrite the Bill of Rights into their communist socialist agenda.
Listen.
But what's good about it is they're all old, so time is ticking. No offense for all of them. Just saying,
Yeah,
the deep state ones.
But listen here. Think about this with them saying that I agree with the Constitution. Why do they keep bringing up the Constitution if they believe that they're right in the things that they are doing?
What a great
You
question.
see what I'm getting at? If they have all this support from their crazy leftist liberal pieces of shit, because that's the only way I can describe them, why do they keep bringing up the Constitution? I mean, it's just a good question to ask. Why do they keep bringing that up?
Yeah.
Because they know deep down inside they're wrong.
Yep. What a great
And-
question. But there will never ever be the days that you can go into to these buildings and ask them these questions. The days of those days are over with. After all, January 6th, most of them were scared for their lives, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Which is kind of a joke, but yeah.
No, they weren't. The original founding fathers, hell yeah, they were scared.
Well, yeah, our founding fathers, but I'm talking about the rats in D.C. today.
Oh,
About
no,
the
they're
January
not.
6th
Well,
event.
the Democrats, dude, they're definitely nervous because they wouldn't be trying to impeach a president that only has 10 days left in office anyways. You know, I mean, there's something really fishy about that. I mean, what is their real goal there, you know?
What's going on with the
Dangerous.
laptops? Anybody heard any language, any news about the laptops? Are they still missing? Any word
Can you,
on that?
the last I heard was there was a special forces team that went in there before the Antifa, or went in with the Antifa, went in, grabbed the laptops and got out. I don't know. It's just a rumor I've heard.
Real fast, Dangerous. Can you put up what Devil Dog put? He was actually saying something to pro-life.
Okay.
According to her staff, she barely remembers what she had for breakfast and can't remember getting
Yes.
her morning briefings.
I told you guys last year, a former staff member confirmed it. That's Sky Vodka and another name vodka. You know those little bottles you used to get, you know, when you go to hotels and they stack your refrigerator with them? They're about this big. Well, anyway, she has a case of them, okay? And she chugs one of those and she takes her Valium. You guys know what Valium is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she mixes that, and that's why she always sounds like she's fucked up all the time.
Oh, look at that!
And she swears by she swears. That was funny. She swears for the life of her that she's been to like dental and orthodontists and stuff, and they can't get the right fitting for her dentures. But we all know those are just excuses. She's literally intoxicated and she's high on her Valium. And I know this because my mom was addicted to both those.
We call her 90 proof Nancy.
Yeah. She even just look at her bill when she flies different places. I mean, that's all public information. And she drinks nonstop on all her flights.
Janet Dole says, got a bunch of old people dawdling around like that old hockey table that vibrated. Not sure what the fuck they're doing.
Someone said, could you imagine Nancy Pelosi getting on a table and dancing like naked? And I'm like, no, please don't.
Oh Lord, why did you bring that up?
Because I was just thinking of that on my chat the other day. Someone was bringing that up. I'm like, good Lord, thanks. I'm gonna have nightmares now. That's like watching Hillary Clinton. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to take a shot of prune juice now.
Simple prepper. I think it's a bit of both. I think they are afraid, but they're definitely full of hate. I mean, that's a given, dude. They obviously are full of hate. That's what power does to people. I mean, you know, they think they're doing what's right for everybody else, but they don't realize they're trampling on our civil rights, you know, and they think, well, you know, what's good for us is good, or we'll tell these, we'll tell these pesky citizens what's good for them,
Well,
and they'll either abide by it or we'll throw them in jail. But if we don't abide by it, then you know what? We get our name, our picture splattered on a newspaper, and nothing ever happens. We need justice. We need equal justice, and we haven't had that in freaking decades or
That's
longer.
right. That's
When was
right.
the last time we had true justice?
That's
well,
right.
hey,
When's the last time we had a DOJ system where it actually did something too?
I would kind of like to hear from someone with great intelligence from the North, where Northern people have that great intelligence in New York.
Well,
Is he there?
You're not talking about me, are you?
Yes, sir. I am talking about you.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, well, let me start off by saying thank you guys, at least a few of you there, and ladies per se, because I've been kind of bummed. It seems like everybody's throwing in the towel. So, and you know, it's nice to hear that Patriots got a little faith out there, and so does the lady here. So, I appreciate that. Yeah. Again, I've said it. I may not have faith in the government and things like that, but I got faith in America and the people, in a sense. So I'm still holding out. Like I said, it ain't over till it's over. And people can say I'm smoking opium or whatever it may be, but you know, we'll see. Just a few days left. So
New York, look at the
Yep.
screen. This one here's for you. Caw!
nice. Gun show. Damn.
The Patriot wings are coming out, son. You hear me?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Huh?
Nice. I like it.
Patriots are not giving up, brother. You see this? We are spreading our wings and we are about to fucking attack. Did I say that out
I hear you.
So what are your gun shows looking like down there in New York?
wow.
Actually, you mean actual gun shows?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bad in my, you know, I haven't been to any right away lately.
Have you been to one since COVID?
No, I haven't been to one since COVID. So prior to that, I've gone, and I'm not a fan of it. Everything seems to be overpriced. People are kind of pricks. Maybe it's a New York thing. I usually got to pay to get in, pay to park. You know, it's never really been my scene. And in my county, everything I purchase has to be cleared through an FFL anyway. So they don't have private sales and things. So
the left lies so much about gun shows in New York State that the Democrats and Chuck Schumer saying, "Oh, it's so easy." No, it's not. I go the same background check like I do when I go to the gun store. It's the same thing. In fact, it's a little bit.
If there's an FFL there,
right.
And if not, you got to get their number, meet up with them later, and sometimes they're an hour away or this way or that way, and it's
the left says it is, and then I'm tired of the lies. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's like Chuck Schumer gets on my nerves. I know he's not my senator, but he gets on my nerves.
Pro-life.
Oh, you're mine too.
You're quiet.
Yeah, you're really quiet. You need to pull your mic towards you just a little bit, please.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's no biggie.
As a learning.
Well, we just want to be able to hear you.
Yeah, Buffalo. I live an hour from that shithole. There's only one good spot, and that's the marina. And the mayor made it look all nice and party, but then the rest of it is just all shitholes. And that's what you get for having a Democrat mayor. No offense, you know, I think Buffalo's not the only shithole. You got Cincinnati, who's becoming really bad. Cleveland. I've heard Detroit is Ferguson still bad. Chicago. Is there some areas by you guys that are shitholes run by Democrats?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Democrat-run shitholes are all over this country. Just saying. Amazon, by the way, Amazon sells "Kill Republicans" shirts
Say what?
after banning Parler over violence.
Well, I can tell. I can say they wasn't designed by me.
Right? They
Are
are
you sure?
selling "Kill Republican" shirts, dude. Seriously?
I heard
Bring
they
it,
were
bitch.
selling. They were
Oh,
selling.
not you, Michelle.
Biden is not my president.
Yeah,
Want to
he's
get
not
one of
mine.
those?
I'll just say that right now. I mean, all these people, when Trump got elected, they're like, "Oh, he's not my president. He's not my president." I was like, "Wow, okay, keep saying it. Doesn't make it true." And I'm going to say the same thing, Matt. I mean, you can play at that game, right?
I tell y'all what. They can sell their "Kill Republican" shirts, and I say, come and take it. Come get it. Come get some. Come get some, motherfuckers.
Well, we're done. We're not the Republican Party no more. We're not going to concentrate on
Come get
that.
fuckers.
I mean, I
I've
know
always
you're
been an
done,
eBay
right?
guy anyway.
Dangerous Freedom, you're done trusting them, right? I know everyone here on this chat is probably done with them too.
Oh, the politicians. I still trust my congressman, only because I watch what he posts and what he does, and he's still standing up. His name's Andy Biggs. He's one of the few true conservatives up there.
Pro-life too.
Yes, he's pro-life, pro-gun, anti-socialism, anti-censorship. Yeah, so
You're lucky. He's a good man. He was on the Border Life Protection Act bill. He was one of the ones who helped get that passed to the House. It actually bypassed, like Nancy Pelosi went right to the House. It didn't get passed. I think it was shy by like 2 votes, which we all knew Romney was going to do that. And I think it was Romney and Matrowski. And then they were all giving each other high fives. Yay, let's celebrate killing babies even outside the womb. Yay, yay. Scumbag.
yeah, it's disgusting. I've got no appreciation, no love for people like that.
Well, they're going to keep doing it now that they've got full control. I mean, imagine what they're going to do now with abortion.
Lisa, by the way, I actually understood that one. Just saying.
Link.
Anyway.
Mango? I don't know what that means.
It's well, you gave up too soon last night. You got all pissy and was like, "There's an echo. I can't take it, so I'm leaving." Remember that? Pro-life. Dangerous did that to us last night.
It's okay, but it was probably really annoying. I'm sorry. Like
it's extremely annoying.
To learn. I'm trying.
It was
annoying, but I bet it was. I do apologize. I'm learning, so.
No, I didn't blame you or anything like that. It's just know.
No, yeah.
No,
I gotta learn how to I don't know.
I was giving. Pro-life, you got to understand, I've got to give Dangerous a hard time here and there, just because I love him so much.
Because you love him so much. That's why. That's what brothers do.
Kit Kat bar.
Did she pee with the mic on?
It's so good. I was telling Liberty Smith it was good to see him. I haven't seen him in a while.
If not, she's doing better than a lot of people. So
this reminds me days back we used to spend with deplorable Bobby. I miss him. I was just thinking about him the other day again. And like Lord, he's up in heaven now. He's good. He's looking down on us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably going, "I told you so." Right?
Well,
and he's probably like, what? I'm glad I'm not there.
Hang on. There's been several people kind of post some stuff about the Kill Republican deal. Just so everybody understands, if you're on this side of the aisle, I'm just saying, I'm a constitutionalist. I ain't a fucking Republican. I ain't a fucking Democrat. I'm a constitutionalist.
That's what I'm gonna say
So,
from now on.
but because I'm a constitutionalist and I'm got the patriot wings and the flag Moulin Labe, they're going to consider me a Republican. So that's the only reason why I said that a while ago is, yeah, come get some. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they don't want that.
The Simple Prepper out there.
Yes, Simple Prepper. Yes.
You were asking about the guy with the red, white, and blue face and horns, the Buffalo guy.
Yeah, he's in jail.
He is. And actually, he's from Arizona. A friend of mine actually knows him, and they're going to extradite him. They're going to extradite him back there.
He is. I saw a thing about him that he is involved with Antifa.
I heard he's more cute.
Well, I've seen him in DC, and I can't say for who he's associated with or whatever, but he did appear to be fairly polite to the person I seen him speaking to. He stopped and took a picture with her.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I again, I don't know what side he is. I heard he was an ex-Marine, which
but you also have to
make any sense. But
he also believes that he is a what do they call them? Superhero. He believes he is like a X-Men type shit. He believes. I watched him on Rumble. Someone pointed me to his channel on Rumble. And I watched it, and that dude believes he is a superhuman. He is a super being, a superhero, a super. Yeah, I heard him say he said that out of his mouth. I watched
either that or he's on some strong ass drugs. Because I'm telling you, it was freezing out there. He was out there in the morning with no shirt on. The first thing I thought when I saw him, I was like, damn, drugs are a powerful tool.
Freaking leave it to Effie. Leave it to Effie to come up with a good one.
God.
Right, at least it's a dry cough. That's funny.
That is
funny. For General Flynn.
So
today said, not to worry, Trump will be your president for another 4 years.
There's a bunch of there's Flynn, freaking Lindell, who is very, very, very good friends with the president. There's a lot of them that keep saying that, man. I don't know, dude. Man, it's so the conservative patriot, Lisa Ball. I still can't pronounce your last name, and I apologize. I'm just a damn country hick.
Lisa B.
It should. Yeah. You got to give simple terms for me.
Please, somebody, please tell me the Buffalo. Not to interrupt, but please, somebody tell me the Buffalo Bills is losing.
What is the Buffalo Bills?
Because my sister literally is watching the game right now, and I don't like the NFL, by the way, because you know why. And Buffalo Bills always mess everything up.
Did you? Oh, you're talking about
the Bills,
the
game
National
right
Flag League?
Yeah, they're playing against I don't even know who.
National Felon League.
I quit watching all that shit a while.
Long time ago.
Dude, I was so had Super Bowl parties, and I was so into the NFL, and they started all that bullshit, and fuck them, man.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't follow football. I haven't ever since they started taking the knee. I boycotted all the NFL. And
my grandfather served in World War II. He was in Pearl Harbor. He was on the USS Sierra. Thank God he came home. There's some people that didn't get to come home, and I honor that. And our men and women died for our country, and that means more to me than some overpaid spoiled brats. And some of them say they're suppressed. Yeah, okay.
Suppressed
They're
by what?
suppressed.
Hang on.
Is that better now?
Everybody that don't want to hear something nasty, close your ears right now. Because I'm fixing to say something to Anunnaki.
Oh,
Anunnaki, you fuck too many goats, you piece of shit. But I still love Anunnaki though. Nookie. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
That was pretty funny.
It gives you credit in some hills.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
We were on the
Actually, because in about 15 minutes, I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to start up my after dark stream. And so what I'll do is I'll post the link for that, and then that way this one can stay like a PG-13, and then on the other one we can get kind of off the rails.
Oh boy.
I'm wide awake. Like I said, I don't know what's in me lately. I just got this energy. I think it's that new medication. I'm telling you. I'm gonna start promoting this medication. I'm not kidding you.
All right, Anunnaki, you're making me get serious over here, man.
What is it?
For kids, and I'm thinking about getting it for Sarah.
All right, Anunnaki, you're gonna make me get serious over here with your ass.
I don't know. Do you have another YouTube channel, or are you just gonna use the same channel? Just start.
No, I've got another channel that I use.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I think you popped in the chat. I think I subscribed on time. What you laughing at, girl? I hear her giggling all the time. It's so funny. She's got the giggles. Okay, Lisa, what's so funny? Lisa?
Lisa and Conservative Patriot have the floor.
Do the aliens take you?
I'm laughing.
I swear my
80%
microphone's
of
on
who couldn't pronounce
100%.
my plus Anunnaki.
She cut in and out.
It's max headroom going up on in this motherfucker.
Sir, you could
You're breaking up really bad, Lisa.
my Patriot presenter say back, then say at, and then say toe.
I can't understand. You're breaking up really, really bad. Seriously, Lisa.
Joker, what's up? Just refresh, Lisa, hon. It happens to me all the time, especially like if I'm using my cell phone.
Connections seem to be a little funny lately, at least in my area. A lot of people seem to be having trouble.
A lot of Patriot channels, especially if you're on a panel. Believe you me, they're listening.
Probably. Oh yeah, with the Patriot Act, of course they are.
Yeah.
Now I am
scared. Like Patriot 3% said, bring it, get some.
Do what? All right, you guys are gonna have to speak up and liven up the show. I mean, y'all are.
I'm sorry. I'm just waiting.
Not y'all, not you.
Okay.
Lisa's breaking up, and
can you hear me now?
Yeah, gotcha.
There you go. That's better. So what other topics? What's going on? You guys.
The House committed 6 violations of the Constitution during impeachment, according to Alan Dershowitz.
Yes,
I'm not surprised.
I'll put that into the chat, that link for anybody who wants to read that.
A lot of D-Class came out today. Holy shit.
I didn't get a chance to read anything. I hear there's just a lot of BS going on, so.
No, what the hell? There's like a link going around where you can actually look it all up. About Crossfire Hurricane, the Russia collusion hoax, UFOs, all kinds of shit.
What do you think of all this, Dangerous Freedom? I mean, what do you think of all this? Just that we, the mega patriots, that we got to keep moving forward. But what do you think, as Trump, as he says he's going to release these Obamagate evidence, whatever Obamagate he has, as he releases that, do you think he's going to release more than just that?
Honestly, the way I see it, Michelle, is he could release it all, and until we see perp walks, it's not going to mean anything. Honestly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you could come out and say Obama, or they could come out with the clean death toll and be like, holy crap, there's so many skeletons in that closet, but you know what? She got to walk when he won. Yeah, she didn't.
That's
She
why
didn't
I
get
can't
locked.
understand why he has the power. He's had a power to do things for the last 4 years that I don't even think he understands that he does have that power. But I think now he understands and gets it. It's just like, what is he gonna do? I mean, the clock is ticking, but that doesn't mean that Biden can have a fake inauguration and we could still go after them. But it's also going to take up the DOJ.
Which is corrupt.
Which is corrupt and filled by and owned by, who?
I mean, the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has one job, and that is to hear disputes between states.
Right.
And that dispute came across their desk, and what do? Say, oh, there's not enough evidence.
I thought
the hell there isn't.
I thought because it wasn't filed correctly.
Can
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, Dangerous Freedom, because even when I said that, even if it was filed correctly, if maybe they didn't dot their T's cross their T's and dot their I's correctly, still, that evidence was plain forth right in front of them. And they had the oath and the duty to go over that, and they chose not to. And these people wouldn't even be in office right now if it wasn't for President Trump. So
I know. And what is CNN going to do? What the hell is CNN going to do once he's out of office? I mean, how long are they going to
who are
beat
they
him
going to
up
hate?
for?
Yeah, who are they going to go after next? Is right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Lisa.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so Joe Kerr is I always say Joe Kerr.
Joker.
I know.
He's that pony boy.
He's saying that the lady who did this video here, I want her on your panel for a chance to share things. He's trying to invite somebody on, I believe.
Well, that's fine. Because after this, we're heading over to my After Dark channel. So, actually, you know what I'll do? Since everybody's in here right now, let me do it.
Yeah, because I want to make sure I'm subscribed
Damn it.
to it.
You're right over there.
Share that link.
I put it in the chat a couple of times. I'll do it again. Hold on. I'm going to put this one into our private chat.
I got a new strain of the
in the private chat.
I found it. Okay.
Oh, do you?
I've got a new strain of the cerveza bug. It's called the Kook 26.
That was good. I like that. Now come on now.
Just
That's
saying.
the front door. That was good. I like that.
Just saying. Woohoo!
That was good.
It's not taking me here. I don't know why.
Notice Andrew Cuomo's like all good spirits, and all of a sudden like COVID's just like gone away. Like Joe Biden won, and now we can open New York State again. Like all of a sudden the mysterious COVID, all of a sudden it came to rest.
Oh shit!
What?
It was like seeing him play like Donald Trump for like 24 hours. Of course, the next day he went to an evil villain, but yeah, I couldn't believe he said that. I'm like, we've been saying that for the last year.
Somebody sent me a video on my Conservative page. And these COVID tests, they actually have these nano little freaking whatchamacallits in the test kits that attach to your brain. I'm like, oh, yep, not getting one of those fuckers.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about the one where they
exactly.
take that little cube stick and
Yeah,
they stick it down your...
yeah. They literally planted like micro whatever the hell it is, and you can literally see the fucking things moving
Nanotechnology
like
or
worms.
nanobots.
They
Yeah.
stopped when I got off the
Man.
plane. The military got right in front of my face. I'm not kidding you, and gave me some kind of paper to fill out. When I got back from where was it? Detroit, Michigan. I went from D.C. Detroit, Michigan to Buffalo. And as soon as I got to Buffalo, the National Guard or whoever, man, stopped me right cold in my tracks and said, "You have to fill this out, ma'am, or else you can't get bypassed. You can't pass this little rope." Which was bullshit. There were so many soldiers there, like they weren't really paying attention. I really could have just just walked by real fast. But yeah, they handed me this form and I had to fill it out. They wanted to know what flight I was on, how long I was in DC, all this other bullshit. So I acted like my penmanship was like from the pre-K days. So yeah.
They didn't make you bend over and cough, did they?
No.
Oh,
no, not at all.
Well, that ain't even right.
That would really suck.
Wait.
Now, is this after going to the rally in DC?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you were stopped and questioned?
Oh, just my sister, sorry.
Yeah, she was at the rally in New York.
Okay, so she was questioned upon returning from the rally.
So we're about to go to Dangerous Freedom After Dark.
Yep, I subscribe to it too.
I've got to get in the deep woods to do that.
Okay.
Deep woods.
I'm posting a link out there. I've got it scheduled for here in about 5 minutes. So for you guys on the panel, if you look over at the private chat, I've already got the link up there. Once we get over there, I can bring on some more people. And that channel it's like my disposable channel.
So that's good to have.
And so then I can have like Ananuki on there.
Can we get Dangerous? Can we get naked on the channel?
Oh no.
Please don't. I'll have to mute your camera.
No, we'll do that.
Wait, we're supposed to be wearing clothes?
Pete Rock, man, you hear that? We can't even get naked on the next channel, man. What the hell's wrong with that, man? Pete Rock's like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with y'all crazy son of
You guys, wait, are you seeing the link in the chat?
I didn't say shit.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, okay. I guess Ananuki's just messing with me.
Kelly.
Ananuki probably can't see because he's got his head up a goat's ass. Pull your head out of the goat's ass and you can see the damn link, you damn idiot.
You idiot.
But I still love you, Ananuki.
Oh, I can't wait till the day Lindsey Graham gets voted out, or just, yeah. Oh, and Mitch McConnell, both of them.
Yeah, dude, McConnell's got to go, man. Freaking dude, we found out.
You know what he said about people like you and I? We're dangerous. He did.
Dangerous my ass.
I can't believe that. What were you saying, Dangerous Freedom? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying they all need to go. We're really finding out who the true patriots are in our government.
Yep.
Anybody that was always like, oh yeah, Trump, and then here it is at the end of his term, and everybody's like, screw him. Even Pence, although Pence might have been playing a part that.
See, people are saying that, but I don't. I called him Judas, so I would have to apologize then. But I have to see it to believe it. If he's not, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's
because he just didn't portray our president. He portrayed the American people, over 75 million people. Like he stabbed all of us in the back.
Yep.
Well, like Dangerous Freedom said, maybe he was part of the plan so he could, expose the treason in Congress.
Yeah, but I'm hearing a lot of things about him too that I'm surprised that I didn't know, that I wish I would have known. Like, I'm hearing a lot of things about him, and they're not so good. So, who knows if it's all true or not? I don't know.
All right. Well, you know what, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming out. Here I'm posting the link out to the next channel, my After Hours channel. I hope to see you all there. And everybody, thank you for hanging out, and we'll see y'all.
Everybody follow. Hey, real quick, everybody follow Dangerous's link except for Anunnaki. Just follow the link that I posted, Anunnaki, and you'll be fine. Okay, just follow the link that I posted and just wait there for us. We'll be there in a little while.
All right. Good night, everybody. New York Outcast, man. You're more than welcome to come on over, dude. Like I said, I posted the next StreamYard link in the private chat there. So if you want to copy it and head on over, maybe you'll get a chance to talk over there. All right.
All right. No problem.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Come on, New York. Come with us.
All right. Good night.
Pete Rock.